mutant COVID variants are flying into Canada from countries like the UK, South Africa, Brazil, and India.
Ontario's PC party is on the attack, accusing the Trudeau government of not doing enough to protect Canada from the COVID-19 variants.
Trudeau didn't close the borders when the pandemic started.
This ad was released today following more than 2 weeks of messaging from the Ford government, saying border protections need to be tightened.
Not enough is being done to keep these deadly variants out of Canada.
They're testing international travelers. Now please take the next step and test domestic air travelers as well.
And earlier this week, a Facebook ad was released asking people to sign a PC petition asking for stronger protections, along with many tweets on the topic from Doug Ford.
The Ford government is clearly wanting to change the channel, as they say, put a distraction in here because they've had a horrible week, especially with this damning, horrible report from the Long-Term Care Commission.
Retired Queen's Park reporter Keith Leslie says with next year's election approaching, the PCs want people to focus on this border issue instead of focusing on the criticism around its handling of the virus in long-term care homes or the problematic vaccine rollout.
They've found a chink in the federal government's armor. They've done some polling on this and see that Canadians are rightly concerned about who's flying in and how the COVID variants are getting here.
Ontario's NDP and Liberal parties are highly critical of the ads.
It looks like somebody over in the PC party thinks they have to do everything they possibly can to change the channel and protect Doug Ford's backside.
It's definitely a dog whistle. There's no question about that. It's an ad that's meant to divide.
Yesterday, Ontario Liberal leader Stephen Del Duca held a press conference accusing Ford of campaigning. But the Liberals are getting ready for the election too. Del Duca says there's a difference.
Well, Doug Ford is leading the province and is premier.
Saying Ford should focus on being premier instead of the election. An election Del Duca was focused on this morning, unveiling a child care plan platform promise.
Universal $10 a day licensed childcare.
Recent polling shows growing dissatisfaction among Ontarians with the Ford government's handling of the pandemic. Matt Ingram, CHCH News, Hamilton.